Okay, let's keep our work on our home page. We're coming back to our Xcode. First, if we want to develop the home page view controller, and we want to program this, we must create a dedicated class for our home page view controller. Okay, for that purpose, I'm clicking right mouse click on the project folder right here, and we select new file. We select Cocoa Touch class, and here make sure that the subclass will be UI Table View Controller. Subclass must be UI Table View Controller because our home page is of type UI Table View. Okay, and the class name will write just Home VC, Home View Controller. Next, and we save it in our project folder. So once the class is created, we are going to make storyboard, and we are assigning created class to this view controller, so whatever we write in the class will directly have an effect to the view controllers itself. Okay, select the view controller by clicking this orange button, go to class inspector, and right here home VC, which is home view controller. If you click now this arrow, it will take you to the class itself. So I'll remove all of these comments, and this did receive memory warning we don't need as well. So I'll remove this old trash so it will be easier for us to work. Okay, so these two protocols, we just need them whenever we work with the table view controller, but we will skip it for the time being because at the moment we have no direct interaction with the table view controller. We're now working with the appearance of our user interface. Okay, so what we want to do is when we click, let's say, a cover image, when we click cover image, we want action sheet to appear down there, which will allow us to select either a camera to take a photo to be a cover, or it will allow us go to the library so we can select some cover. And the same we want to do for the avatar or profile picture. Okay, so for that one, whenever we want to tap it and the action sheet must appear, so for that purpose we must integrate a tap gesture for the cover and tap gesture for the profile picture. Okay, here I'll write tap, and this is the object which we require. So left mouse click and drag it to your cover and release it. Excellent. Your inserted tab gesture must appear in your left panel. The same we're doing for the AVA. Hold left mouse click and drag it to the AVA or profile picture and release it. Excellent. So your second tab gesture will appear in the left panel as well. So how we can distinguish which one is cover, which one is for the profile picture? When you select one of these gestures and you go to connection inspector, it will show you what is it associated with. So currently it's user PNG. And the second one is home cover. Excellent. So the first one is for cover. Okay, good. So I'm calling now assistant editor, and we need to create an action connection. So if in case you see the interface, you can click manual here and click automatic. It will take you to the home view controller. Okay, so I'll declare right here, right after view did load, I'll select the tab gesture recognizer, one left mouse click. Then we're going to connections inspector right here, top right button, and we're selecting send actions, hold left mouse click and drag it right after view did load and release. Here we'll write cover image view underscore tapped. So this will be of type action. Very good, and we release that one. And the same we're doing for the profile picture, which is AVA image view. So select your tab gesture recognizer, which is connected and integrated to the user profile picture. Go to connection inspector and select the send action. Left mouse click and drag it, release it right over here. And I will name it AVA image view underscore tapped. Excellent. So this function will be executed when cover is tapped, and that function will be executed when AVA is tapped. Excellent. So what we want to do is, for for whenever we call and tap cover or the user profile picture, we want action sheet to appear. So we will now create the function which will be directly responsible for the action sheet. Okay, so we will declare a separate function for that purpose. And I think we can name it something like show action sheet. Okay, right here, func show action sheet. Open and close round brackets and then open curly brackets. And before we proceed further, we will print here cover, and here we will print Abba. So we can see the difference and to check that everything is working very well. Okay, so when we tap now, nothing happens because we must enable the user interaction with the image view. Okay, we're coming back to our main storyboard. We're selecting the cover imagery. We're going to Attribute Inspector and select User Interaction Enable. The same we're doing for the profile picture. Select your profile picture, go to Attribute Inspector and select User Interaction Enable. Then again build and run, and we will be able to see the log. We're clicking here cover and here Ava. Excellent. So we have achieved now to distinguish both of these cases. So we now need to declare how to let it appear for appear action sheet. Okay, here, so we're coming back to our function, and first, as a step number one, we need to declare action sheet as well. So here we will write let sheet equals to UI alert action, open the round bracket, title will be title we can write, okay, we can actually skip the title, and style, oops, I selected the wrong method, open the round bracket, I'm sorry, it must be UI alert controller, open the round bracket, here title we write nil, and the message we don't write anything, and style here we will write action sheet. Excellent. So here we are declaring action sheet. Now the next one we wanted to create some button in this action sheet. So the button number one will be the camera. We can select camera, and then it will take us to the camera, so we can take a photo. So here we'll write UI alert action. Open the round bracket, title will be camera, style will be just a default style, handler, here definitely we need a handler. Handler means when we will click the button it will do something. Okay, very good. This variable, if as in case if you watched my another course for Fifth Swift course, this one will have a direct reference. So with this variable in this function we can access the action itself. Okay, so here go to camera, this is what will happen, and that one is we're declaring camera button. Now we want to declare a library button. Declaring library button. Very good. I create a new constant. Let library equals to UI alert action. Open the round bracket. Title will be library. Style will be default style. And the handler, we will definitely declare handler. Here we will print go to library. So here even we can write photo library. Very good. So since we declared the second button, now we need to declare one more button, which will be a cancel button. Declaring cancel button. Declaring it doesn't mean that we're integrating it. After declaring that, we must add these buttons to the sheets. Okay, let cancel So we're creating the constant with the name cancel, which will be storing in it an action button. Okay, title will be cancel. Then the style we're using cancel. And here handler. For the cancel button, we don't need a handler. It will just cancel it. Okay, very good. So since we've done working with the cancel button, we have now another button as well. We have now delete button. We will, for example, once we've selected the photo, when we click delete photo, we want to remove the photo. So declaring delete button. Let delete equals to UI alert action. Open the round bracket, select the method with the title, style, and handler. Title will be delete, style will be destructive, means the delete button will be of red color. And handler, definitely we need a handler. Click enter, here we write action, and here print deleted, for example. Okay, very good. So once we have created these buttons, we must add these buttons to our action sheet. Okay, here we will be adding buttons to the sheet. Action sheet dot add action. First one, it will be camera. Then it will be library, and then it will be cancel, and then it will be delete. Okay, and the final step of working with the action sheet will be to present action sheet to the user finally. Okay, so here we write self.present view controller, which will be sheet animated yes, and no completion handler we require here. We write nil. Okay, so we now need to call this function. I'll write here a comment. This function executes or launches action sheet. Okay, very good. For the photos. Okay, very good. So what we have done here, first we have declared the action sheet. We created a constant with the name sheet, which will store a UI alert controller, which has no title, no message, and this will be action sheet. Then we have created the camera. We created a constant with the name camera, which will store in itself UI alert action with the title camera with the default style. And here we declare completion handler, means whenever we press this button, whatever we code right here, it will have an effect. So we created these buttons. So the difference between default, cancel, and destructive is that cancel button is of bold color, destructive button or destructive style button, it's of red color. So once we've created the buttons, the next step, we have added all of these buttons to our action sheet. So once we've added all the buttons, finally we're presenting the action sheet. Okay, very good. We now need to call show action sheet. Launch action sheet calling function. And we are doing the same for the AVA or profile image as well. Very good. So I'll now build and run our project to see how it works. Very good. This is exactly what we wanted. So we have got camera. I tap the cover. Go to camera. Very good. We've got the photo library. Very good. And we've got delete. Excellent. And the cancel button, which is of style cancel, is bold as I told you. Very good. We can check all the same for the AVA image as well. Go to camera, go to library, and delete. Very good. So we have now integrated the action sheet, but the most complicated part of this part of logic, working with the action sheet, implementing the same action sheet for different image views, is how we can distinguish. Let's say when we have tapped on AVA image view, why it shouldn't assign or allocate the image for the cover. So we will now be working on implementing this logic of the code.